Hi, I'm Sean and welcome back to the layout. In this video we're going to have a little bit of a running session because as you can see I've now got the upline on the incline all now in place and glued down. Apart from this bit here, this bit's still loose because I'm still working on the bridge, so I don't want to glue this down permanently until all the bridge is done. But from here to there, it's all glued down and ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to test out my A4 William Whitelaw. It's a brilliant model. Really runs well. And behind William Whitelaw is the 3 carriages that come with the Easterner set. So we're going to run from the baseboard that was in the June update. I'm going to run from that baseboard up the incline. Right, so what I'll do is we'll just get the incline in shot. Now we're just going to test this at various speeds because this is all got the DCC power base that I was talking about in the last video. All the DCC power bases installed on this one, and the magnets are also installed. So we'll see how we get on. Right, so let's go and put the A4 forward. Away we go. I love that noise, the clicking noise when it goes over the joints. Right, so go back down. Now I've got to explain that I haven't used the Pico Flexi Track on this section, on the incline. In fact, I've used the Hornby Set Track sections on the incline, and I'll show you the reason being is because here is my Flexi Track attempt on the incline using the Flexi Track, and it's nothing wrong with the track. It's purely me, to be honest. It's I just found it difficult basically getting the track on there. If it's like a long curve, then that's fine, sort of thing. But doing that, I found it a bit tricky. Now the big problem was this join was about there. Now no matter what I did, I couldn't get that join to curve around. So like here's the other piece. So this mess was like that. Well, it was a bit more neater than that, but you get my drift. I couldn't get any sort of good joint at that corner there. So I did test this out before done any of the power base with the Hornby track pieces, and it did work with that originally when I had it on there loose, but I didn't want to use them pieces because the Eastern set that's in the background, that's where the track pieces came from. So I didn't want to take the pieces out of the set to put on here, but I also wanted to get the the up track on the incline done, so I can then basically put my mind at ease about whether it was going to work or not. Because if you remember in my June update, I was extremely worried that this incline wasn't going to work. So as you can see, it's now working. So it was worth, it was worth the compromise. It was worth the risk of just using that track for this one. And I know there's a lot of speculation whether the Hornby track would be compatible with the Pico track. There is a slight lip there, but it's not enough to affect the loco or any of the trains. So if I just run the train slowly over it. So that's where it transitions from the Hornby to the Pico. You see it runs over it fine. So I just thought I've got all that Hornby track there, I might as well just use the set track from the Hornby to do the incline while I got it. So just gonna I'll do one last run. This bit's gonna look so good when it's all done. I've got some really good ideas for this bit. But so far I can only go up to there at the moment, so far. As you could probably hear, there's a lot of joints in the track, but I'm going to be soldering all the joints up, so it should be good electric conductivity through the mixing up my words but basically it should be a good power supply through the track. I've also got 2 droppers in. I feel like 3 droppers. I got one dropper there. Yeah, I've got one dropper right there, and then there's another dropper over there somewhere, and I've got this dropper right in front of us there, and there'll be another dropper on this bit for the bridge. And I'll just put on pause for a minute so I can move the camera to look underneath. At the moment this is underneath the board with the incline, and what we're looking at is the block terminals for my droppers. So get my hand out of the light. This wire here is the power cable to the connection blocks. This is the positive one, just above it is the negative one, and as you can see there's my 3 dropper cables. the positive ones, and there's the 3 negative ones just to the top there, and they sort out the incline at the moment. So basically it's exactly the same as what we've got going on there. Got all the positive droppers, all negative droppers, and that does all of this board. And when these upper level lines are installed, they'll be running off these ones as well. Or we've got some wires already pre put in, ready for track installation. So you've got all the bridge. Now this bit I'm thinking about just doing an embankment, so I'm just gonna maybe put like a fascia around there, and then just have like a sort of embankment just going around the side. Got some nice thin MDF there. I might just make this fascia out of card, and the fascia's at the back using the MDF. So the plan is for the middle, excuse the mess, I mean, it ain't too bad for me. I'm normally a bit more messy, as you can tell from previous videos. But I just gone over a rough plan, a rough idea. Right, so got a track there. Typically, I ain't got another straight bit. Just unbend this one. So right, we'll put that track there. And put that track there. Okay. Right, now my plan is to have this little bit of track as well. Right. So my plan is the short train comes in, like a little branch line train that comes in on this track, on the track there, and there'll be a station there. This bit will just be like a station that sort of goes around like that. I might make a small crossing there, because we've still got this road that's going, this road that's going to have a road going underneath that bridge there, but then that's still got to carry on there. So there's going to be a bit going off that way. There'll probably be a crossing there, which then runs next to the station. Now, well, put engine shed. There it is. Right. So I've got my engine shed. The first thing, this engine shed was the first thing I bought in TT120. Just to work out the size. So we have this line for the station, we have the engine shed, and we have this line. Now what will happen here is there'll be changeover point there, and then I've got to work out how this is going over. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe this can come over like soon enough, to about there, to allow just enough space for this track to then come over to there before it reaches the bridge, because we've got these pillars there. Now this tarmac what's here, the hard standing, will continue underneath this bit and then next to this track here. But I probably won't embed this track. It'll just be normal track, but I have the hard standing next to it, and maybe like a place where, you know, it could be loaded up with coal. You know, I could also have like, you know, a mainline steam train just stabled there. You know, a lot of possibilities. You know. So yeah, it's going to be a lot going on in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, all this bit is going to be. I'm trying to make like a little town scene, because, you know, we've got like, you know, country, and then it's sort of going into a bit of an industrial bit, and then into sort of like a town bit. So yeah, a lot going on. Right, so we're gonna leave the video there, guys. You know, it was just a quick test run of the A4 up the incline. I'm really glad that the incline, well, the up track of the incline's in now. The down track is, I don't think the down track is going to be much of a problem. It was always going to be the going up the incline was going to be the problem, but I believe I've really overcome a milestone today by getting that working, getting that tested, making sure it all works. So a little bit more relaxed now on that front. So, you know, the next video I'll do will probably be the July update. You know, I might do a small video beforehand, possibly. But till next time, thank you for watching. If you like the video, you know, hit the thumbs up. If you know, subscribe if you haven't already. You know, will help out the channel. I noticed I've had a lot of subscribers over the weekend, so thank you for subscribing, and welcome aboard, welcome to the channel. Again, thank you for watching. Take care, and bye bye.